Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Daisy Wealth Multiplier System, where we are creating our own automated dispensing machine wherever we go with this amazing system. My name is Solomon James, and it's a pleasure having you join us. And for those joining in, listening to this as a recording or a replay, I want to say thank you for taking the time to do that. Keep an open mind, and this will benefit you. Well, let's get into the discourse for today. It's the Daisy Wealth Multiplier System. What is happening? How can you get your own ATM dispensing machine as we see on the screen? If you are ready, then let's go. Okay. Now, I do believe that we are people of faith, and for many of us, we pray. And whenever we pray, we ask God to help us. Okay, and I think God is good to every one of us, good or bad. He's been faithful to keep us alive. But this is one thing I wanted to take out of this, that when you pray to God, you should keep your eyes closed. And not a law, I mean, you must not close your eyes, but again, you'll get my drift here. But when you're basically done praying, you should keep an open mind, because you get to see opportunities not with your eyes, but you get to pick them from your mind. So your eyes might be open and you have a closed mind, you will still not have the opportunity to interact with opportunities. So sometimes your mind helps you to assess the things you are looking for. The question today will be, what are you looking for? I do know a lot of us, we have diverse needs, and we are looking for a couple of things, but we've been able to distill what people are looking for to the following outcome. Number one, people are looking for a means of cash flow. Listen, in the time in which we are right now, anything that gives you consistent cash flow is very, very appreciated. Every entrepreneur, every businessman will tell you that cash flow is king, because our expenses are on the rise. When you do not have cash flow coming in to catch up or supersede, exceed the needs that are coming in, demands that are coming in, you find yourself under pressure. So for a lot of persons joining us on this call tonight, cash flow might be what you are looking for. For another, is just opportunity to not just create cash flow, but to have passive income coming. Because yes, for a lot of us, we can get cash flow as long as we show up. But once you stop showing up, that cash flow stops. So it simply means you are tied to a job, you are tied to something that you must repeatedly do. So a lot of people are looking for passive income, but not just passive income, is now multiple streams of passive income, so that you actually have it all dialed in to be sure that in case there is another lockdown, another eventuality, there is passive flow coming in, whether you are on the beach, whether you are at home, or whether you are at your place of leisure. Well, the third category that we've discovered is that people are looking for systems that will help them create wealth so as to actually take care of tomorrow with a smile on their face, knowing that everything, doesn't matter what comes your way, to a certain extent, especially when it has to do with money and meeting your bills and meeting your needs, you can do that, and you give your family the lifestyle that they deserve. Well, I do not know which of these it's appropriate for you. Perhaps it's the cash flow, perhaps it's the passive income, perhaps it's the wealth creation, or if you're like me, you want all three. Well, if you want all three, then welcome. Welcome to how to create wealth and a life-changing income with the vehicle that we'll be discussing today. Now, first, I want you to understand that there are three types of people when it comes to money and wealth creation. Now, we have those that spend more money than they do make. Unfortunately, it is so. We also have a second category that get to spend all that they make, leaving nothing on the table. We have a third category that spend less than they make, and they intentionally put the surplus to work. Let me be upfront to tell you it's not easy because the demands around you are, they want to just squeeze you dry. You must be intentional to fall in the third category because, as my friend Emeka Wako will say, you cannot venture into life because life is an adventure. So you've got to, it's an adventure, it's sometimes even into the unknown. So you must be intentional to be able to put some things aside so that in case there are those eventualities, and some of the eventualities might be opportunities that can change your life, but already you do not have anything left over. Now, I do not know which of these applies to you, but I do hope you are intentionally moving to the third category. Now, because there are two ways you can create passive cash flow, you can create wealth and you can create financial independence. Number one, if you have cash, and in this case, we're talking about if you have capital, in this case, we're talking about cash, it could be crypto, it could be landed property, it could be other asset classes that you have been put to work. And whether you are there or not, they are generating more money for you or creating more cash flow for you or bringing more passive income or creating wealth for you. You must have a capital. Unfortunately, most of the people you got to talk to, and you meet will tell you, we don't have capital, we do not have capital. Well, in case you think you are stranded with no capital, then you might want to apply the second option, where if you have insufficient capital, then you must use your sweat equity. A lot of people who are engaging in jobs, it's not that probably they like the job, but it's an interim way out. And again, I appreciate them taking the time out, waking up in the morning, going to places sometimes they do not like, but at least to get some form of capital coming in, and if they're intentional about it, save a little, even though it's not enough to be able to engage in other opportunities that will be coming their way. So basically, if you are listening to this, it's possible you have cash flow right now, and because we have people like that, they don't even know what to, they want to multiply it, but they don't even know what to do with it. Why for others, they know they've seen opportunities, but they don't even have their capital. Whichever way this comes across to you, there is a possibility for you to win. Now, financial independence is basically when you can live off your profits and you do not have to eat your capital. This for me is so much ingrained. And I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I was showing him some things. Curtis might be on this call, and it was so real, and we're analyzing a lot of things because it's again, like we're talking about, the demands are much, and people find themselves eating even up to their capital, and at the end of the day, they are now even looking for capital. Well, financial independence, you intentionally live off your profit, which again, in my scenario, I will tell you, try and make sure your capital is preserved. The Bible will say, he that giveth bread to the eater gives seed to the sower. Know what is your seed and know what is your bread. Don't go eating your capital when you should have converted that capital to multiply and make it more bread. The wealth is when you can pay for life's luxuries with your profit while your capital grows. I do know we all want the luxuries of life, want to travel around the world, but listen, there are a lot of people doing that on debt, and they show the Instagram lifestyle, they show the Facebook, Twitter lifestyle, but they are heavily indebted. That might not be what we want, because for us, we should be able to get the luxuries of life with our profit, and while allowing our capital, just like the proverbial golden, the hen that lays the golden eggs, okay? So you want to allow that capital to keep building and building. And again, like I always emphasize, that the Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, not just his first generation. You must be working for your second generation. That is a security of wealth, because if it's just for your first generation and perhaps something goes wrong, it bounces back to you, you're already broke again. But we begin to think in a layer, second layer, third layer of wealth creation that actually preserves the capital. And that is the paradigm we want to have here. Well, imagine yourself building capital, or you are generating cash flow from basically anywhere in the world at any time of the day, in any economic environment, even with as little as your phone, laptop, or internet connection. There is a new world right now in the world. It's called the digital nomad. Digital nomads have no destination. Okay, the Google map keeps tracking them because they can just pack up their bags, their laptop, as long as there's internet connection, they're in the next location, the next country, the next continent, and they are living very, very comfortable. Why? Because they do know how to generate cash flow from anywhere in the world. For a lot of people, they can create cash, but it is location based. If they leave that place, it is like resetting your phone back to factory setting. They will need to restart again. So, and yet we are supposed to be global citizen. What you are doing, you must begin to move it to begin to play as a global citizen, whereby wherever you are, as long as there is a laptop or a phone, and most importantly, an internet connection, you are good to go. Well, if that is what you are also looking out for, fasten your seatbelt and let's begin to imagine. Because you can make all of this happen by becoming a venture capitalist, starting with as little as $100. Yeah, you had me that, or you had me right. As little as $100, you can make everything we've just talked about happen. Well, somebody's asking, venture capitalist, is that not another big word? Well, venture capital or VC, as others would like to refer it to, is a form of private equity and is a type of financing that investors provide to startup companies and small businesses that are believed to have long-term growth potential. Now, you must understand this, that is not just for the give me short-term mindset. As a VC, venture capitalist, they look at projects and they believe that this project have the potential to go big in the future, and they begin to invest in it, not just for the short term, but also for the long term. So venture capital generally comes from well-off investors. They come from investment banks and any other financial institutions. Now, this is according to Investopedia.com. The interesting thing is that when most of these things happen, some of us are not even aware until the brand that they were supporting come into a full cycle and they become big. Okay, that's when some of us get to know that things like this were happening. Now, are you aware that brands like Netflix, I mean, a lot of us are on Netflix, Shopify, Uber, Airbnb, and many others all needed venture capital, and the venture capitalists who backed up this project made big bucks. Again, you were not aware when they were coming up, but there were people that backed them up, and today those guys in our local parlance, they will say they have hammered. Not just only that they have hammered, but they went through the process, believing in this project and allowing this project to thrive. Now, what if you could receive equity, rewards, and profit from also participating in the funding of projects with very big upside with as little as $100 as your initial outlay? Think about that, because you might think, I didn't know of Uber, I didn't know of Airbnb. But what I'm saying right now is that opportunity is also available for you, and you can begin with as little as $100. Now, you can become a part of the global community, and we are in our hundreds of thousands right now, and that enjoys the same benefit as big venture capital firms. So this is no longer left to the big institutions and finance houses who get to back up some of this project. We now have a community where you can become a part of and have the same result. Now, listen to me. These are not just virtual projects. These are real world projects, and these are real opportunities. The opportunities are real, the projects are real. Now, the very first project that we are getting involved here, and the very first venture capital raise, is for us to be able to fund the world's biggest financial technology project that is going to change the world of AI trading. So that's the very first project. Again, this is not a virtual project, it's a real world project, and that's the first project that we are coming as a community to fund. So what is on the offer, what's on the table around this first project that I've just talked about right now? Number one, if you choose to be a part of us in funding this project, there is equity in an IPO of a world-leading fintech company. Okay, so the company that we are backing to bring this project will be offering to us equity. Okay, the IPO should be out sometime next year, and you will be getting equity of the company. There's passive profit from the technology being developed by this fintech company. So again, as a community, we are not into trading, but this company that we are backing, they are into development of this trading AIs. When this is done, they are making some trades based on our contribution on our backings, and we get passive reward as they develop this project along. And the interesting thing is that we can withdraw your earnings. You can withdraw your earnings anytime, or you can compound them to build long-term wealth. And again, in my view, wealth is built over the long term. There is windows for you to, in fact, you can withdraw at any time unless there is something happening, and again, you'll be communicated as to why that is, but everybody has the opportunity to withdraw their earnings at any time. There is an optional referral income from sharing this concept and building a community around it. It's 100% optional, but you can choose to share this with others, or you can just choose to join the community and become a silent listener at every meal. Well, what we have here is a fusion of AI and fintech, and that's the opportunity before us. Well, somebody asking, what is AI? Well, that's artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is used by all top financial institutions. Again, fintech is financial technology. Now, the venture capital raise that we are funding is to help in the development of a new super AI. Now, this super AI is designed to create trading profits that have never been seen before in using the AI in the AI space. And this is the world's largest financial technology development project. Trust me on this. And when you get to understand the scope of what is on the table, you'll be super excited that you heard about it even before it went full-fledged live. Now, crowdfunding is venture capital raise for the masses. That because we are trying to build a community around this and get more people involved with this, because truly there are set of structures, institutions that their structure is basically their venture capital companies, but these venture capitalist companies wanted to fund this project, but they were declined because, I mean, they are capitalists. They just like taking everything and owning it. But now we're involving the crowd, okay, which is why we said it's for the masses. So this project is about bringing wealth to the masses, not only to the institutions. You can contribute as little as $100, even up to $102,000. You decide your level of contribution. Now, if you're able to make a contribution up to the max of about $102,000, you get what we call a private access to this trading technology that begins to work personally for you. I mean, just like we began, we saw the ATM machine that is dispensing, okay? Now imagine you have that with you wherever you go, and you're having this money dispensing machine following you. Think about that. That is what this private access and VIP gives to you. Now, what's the goal of this first project? The goal of this first project is to be able to raise $10 million for the development and testing of the super AI. Then also to raise $500 million for the trading fund for this AI development and testing, because it's one thing for you to test it, for you to create the super AI. You don't test it on demo. There should be live money, okay? So we're going to have live money that it will be working with, and it is pegged at $500 million dollars. Again, I can tell you out of the 10 million, we've raised almost $3 million. And out of the 500 million, I think right now we have over 100 million in the pool as I speak. So the profits being made in the trading fund are paid out to the VC community. While they are building out the project, remember, like I said, there is also money for the testing and development, because it's not when they finish, we now raise that. We are raising both concurrently. So what they do is to take the money for the testing and development using their current algorithm to be working on that. And the profits made as their current algorithm works on that money is being paid to the venture capital community. There are future fundraisers that are planned for a move still using AI to cover Forex, stocks, commodities, futures, and others in this space. So it's a hub that keeps evolving and trying to make sure we cover everything around the space to maximize profit for you and create wealth, equity, and income. Now, the company behind this project is Endotech. Endotech is a fintech company. Endotech has a team of 60 plus AI scientists. They have quants and mathematicians, they have analysts, they have developers, and they have researchers. Endotech is a world leader in creating AI financial technology for institutional investment firms. And they have a white paper detailing how this project will be running, and it actually has been published to get input from the world's top AI and trading minds. And Endotech plans to become a public company sometime next year, 2022, bringing their super AI to the financial world. Now, the brain behind this, the pivot behind this project and behind Endotech is Dr. Anna Baker. She's the CEO of Endotech. She holds a PhD in artificial intelligence, and she's been developing financial technologies for over 2 decades. She's an author, speaker, consultant. She's a world leader in AI financial technology. She's previously created and sold a financial technology company in the Forex space, which is basically what she's been doing a lot of the time. Now, her technologies are currently being used by leading global banks and investment funds globally. Well, in the distribution of this project, we are using a smart contract because, again, we are diverse people all over the world. So as a community, there is no office. Endotech is a company. We are not a company. We are a community, a VC community. So to make sure everything is deployed effectively and efficiently, we are making use of the smart contract. Now, somebody might be asking, what is smart contract all about? Well, smart contracts are a new technology that ensures that all promised outcomes are delivered. It operates in a decentralized environment on the blockchain, free from human intervention. It provides full transparency of all transactions for your peace of mind. And listen, for me, I think, again, like anyway, I said for me, I value peace of mind, because for some of us, you can make money, but you don't have peace of mind. So we want transparency. We want to know what is happening. And so if they say it is A, you can actually verify that it's A. There is instant payout of all referral earnings to your personal wallet that you control, okay? And that makes it beautiful, because it's not just a virtual money. All monies get paid to you instantaneously. And to make this project to run smoothly, we're using the Tron blockchain because of its benefit. The Tron blockchain is among the fastest and the most scalable blockchain. The Tron blockchain is a top emerging decentralized app platform, and we use USD TRC20 is a stable coin pegged to the dollar. It dominates all USDT liquidity in the market, so it's used as our choice for funding contribution, because when we'll be talking about the amount that you will need, I already have said it's a minimum of $100. You don't go to Aboki FX or go to any local, even though the choice, or walk into the bank and say, give me $1. No, we have our digital dollar crypto token that is used. Is the USDT TRC20. That's our choice for funding this contribution. So the blockchain has a very low transaction fee for transferring fund, which will also require what we call Tron, TRW. So basically you have two assets here, your USDT and your Tron for the transaction or gas fees. Now, there are 10 doorways to come into this project. And like I said, the minimum here is $100. So we have 10 tier levels, starting from tier 1 to tier 10. Now, any contribution you make between tier 1 to tier 7 will be divided into 2, meaning 50% of it will go into passive trade, while 50% will go into the referral network. But something also very interesting that you've got to see here is the fact that for every contribution, even if you had to come in with a tier 1 $100, you are also going to get equity shares with Endotech. So if you come in with tier 1 and 2, which is a total of 300, you get 3 shares and down sequentially. Now, please, you cannot jump from tier 1 and say, okay, no, let me just, I have 3,200. No, so no, I have 400. Let me start with 400. You will have to come with $200. Then you make another contribution of a full $200, not a top up. To say, oh, okay, I've already done 100. Can I just top up of 100? No, it's a full doorway. It's a full payment of $200. Tier 3 is $400. Congratulations. One of us is on this call, upgraded last night to tier 3, $400. So it's a full, just not I've done 200 before, I'll just add 200. No, that's how it works. So any contribution you make between tier 1 and tier 7, it will be divided 50-50. I'm currently on tier 7, meaning I've put in a cumulative of $12,700 on this project. And I want to go to the next level because of the numbers and what I will show you briefly. Any contribution you make between tier 8 to tier 10 will have 70% of your funds in passive trade. Because again, we are talking about cash flow, passive income, and wealth creation, whether you talk to anybody or not. So by the time you go higher, it simply means that you are having more passive flow in the trading reward. And hey, if I show you what the trading rewards are doing right now, you'll be super excited and you will want to upgrade, because a lot of people right now are upgrading to the next level because of such result. Now, there is people want to be passive, because I don't know, a lot of us are busy about other projects. Some of us are working, busy professionals. Perhaps you have other businesses and other projects you are running. You don't want to have another job on your plate. So can I be passive around it? Yes, it's possible. And what are the benefits if you just choose to be passive and just make a contribution? Like I said, it's a venture capital, so you join the community, you make a contribution to the project that as a community we are involved with. Well, 50 to 70% of your contribution will be going into the trading fund, and that will be earning you passive trading rewards. You don't check candle, you don't check shooting star or doji or whatever. None of that. You only just get a report of what the fund is doing for the community and what your own level of contribution is in profit. What your own contribution is in profit. You see it real time and you can make your withdrawal. Now, Endotech historically has developed an average annual profit of about 200% with compounding. And listen, I can say with all fairness that this is just trying to keep it calm without not hyping anything, because we do know the numbers are much more than this. But hey, for all fairness, 200%. Somebody said 200%. What is that? Go try your T-bills. Go try your bonds, and understand. Even for some of us that open stores, do you at the end of the month, at the end of the year, do you even have 200%? Do you even have to take your money to actually add up to make sure it does not sink? Because just like we said, people are no longer just eating from their profit. Now they are getting into their capital. So the goal of this super AI development is basically to increase your current trading result up to 4 times. So even if we are using a base number of about 200, then we are looking at doing about 800% per annum. That is fantastic. And if we were to go on a higher plane, listen, you'll be looking at several thousand percentages in profit at the end of the year. You have exclusive equity shares in the IPO of Endotech that is planned for 2022. So a whole lot of things and value is on the table for you, just for being passive. So you have trade happening, you have the projected super AI coming to even increase your value in trade, and you also have shares just because you are a passive contributor. Now, what I show you here is just one of such results. And again, past performance is not indicative of future performance, and what I share here is for informational use only. But this is my personal trade, okay? And these are not demos, these are real. Myself and a few of my friends on this call, we were privileged to beta test this system earlier this year, just for about 4 days. Then it was locked up, then reopened in March. So basically, we just have about 6 months of operation right now. But again, the results have been fantastic. Even when nobody was joining because they had shut the door, that money that was contributed to Endotech started applying their current algorithm, and we started seeing some interesting results. It's 7%, and that's $233. So 13%, $420. And in each of these, you will see request payout, request withdrawal. So you request to take out your money, and this is me taking out. This was May 1. Okay, I withdraw 1,200. May 14, 2 weeks again, I withdraw 1,400, and I can log into my personal account right now and tell you I still have over $1,000 in trading profits there. Different people have different performances. Some persons have 60%, some persons have 70%, some persons have 80%, and everybody is in profit, even if you were in with $100 without lifting a finger. This is real. Okay, now what's the benefit of referring customers if you so choose? Because what I've just shown you here is you making money without even talking to anybody. Okay, and we are not trying to do it a 1% a day, it's a 2% a day, whatever profit they make. Listen, it can go 30% in 24 hours. So if it will be 1% a day, you are waiting for 30 days to probably make that return, but they choose to share it with you. So if you, based on the result that a lot of us are seeing right now, people are excited and they want to share this with their friends. So if you choose to do this, well, you're going to create a supplementary income or your life-changing income from just the referral commissions. And I have a lot of friends on this call who are actually happy seeing the results and the incomes coming into them. You receive a share of all crowdfunding contributions and all trading rewards generated globally. As you also build your tribe and your people are earning, and both in the commissions and in the profits of their trade, you are also receiving a share of all of that. Get to think about it. You also receive additional equity shares in the IPO when qualified for incentive program. I mean, so there's a level you get to, you get extra shares apart from what everything given to the community. And the interesting thing here is that you can use your referral income to fund additional crowdfunding contribution to create more income. Because somebody's asking me, must I get to tier 10 instantly? I said, no, you can start, remember, you can start with $100, tier 1. And so if you make more money, you can upgrade to tier 2. You can upgrade to tier 3. I mean, I started tier 1 to 5, then I upgraded to tier 6, I upgraded to tier 7. And all of that did not come from, those upgrades didn't come out from my pocket. They were coming in from the profits made from building a tribe around it. So it's also available to you if you choose to. But even if you choose not to, your other passive benefits are available to you. And for some of us, the monies we made and the commissions we made, we use them to move into other projects that the community came up with. And one of such projects is the Daisy Project 2, which today is already sold out. It is closed. You can join in to get this project. Actually, this project is a Daisy DeFi Launchpad token, which actually ran just July 1 to July 31st for people to get in at the pre-sale. Well, that is over right now. And If you were on the Telegram group, see the value and what the numbers are, you will just be excited. Let me quickly say this. For some of us, we got these tokens at 10 cents. Even if you came in with $100, you got it at 10 cents. 10 cents was giving you 1,000 token. Everybody in the community got it at 10 cents. Everybody. It was open to everybody who came in at that window that was given. I think it was 24 hours or 48 hours for everybody to get it at 10 cents, okay, to make sure it is evenly distributed. So even if all you came in was $100, you are going to get a 1,000 free tokens of the Daisy DeFi Launchpad token. Now, the interesting thing here is, as I speak to you, this token will be going live in the next 5 days, August 16. Already, they've listed 4 exchanges that will be releasing it. A2DAO, Dockstarter, Uniswap, and JustSwap. Okay, April 16. And for some of those platforms, and they've already started their own public kind of pre-sale at $5. Okay, you've got to go to A2DAO or go to the Dockstarter. They are even doing lottery. They have a benchmark you must come for you to qualify for a percentage. $50,000, $20,000. And I'm saying this is what, and even with your $50,000, they are limiting the number of tokens you are going to get. And for some of us, with $100, we got it without restriction. We didn't buy it at $5, we got it at 10 cents. It's going to be listed at $5. Now imagine if these people are selling it to that community at $5. The person buying at $5 will not be selling at $5. The person knows and understands that this value will probably go to 10 to 20 to 50, and you got it at 10 cents or even at 25 cents because that was what the second round was, or at 50 cents at the third round, or perhaps even at $1 at the last final pre-sale. But listen, some of us use our commissions to be able to get all of this. Why? We're already in the community, and there are subsequent projects that are already preparing to come up in October, because somebody might say, okay, since this is already closed, there's nothing for me. We didn't even know this was coming. First, we saw the first project, which is the mainstay here of the community. We're part of this, and we saw this come, and as a flash, it's gone, closed, profits in the bank, and it will continue to ride, and other projects will be built around the community. So you want to be a part of this so that you take advantage of those projects, not when they're already in there, you begin to scamper and run to participate. So our first 6 months, what's the statistics like? Because like I said, we've actively been running this for 6 months. Well, we have more than 148,000 crowdfund contributors in 150 countries. Think about that, just in about 6 months, 148,000. This is not Telegram number. This is not fictitious number. These are real people with independent accounts in the system, in the community. Over 200 million USDT raised so far in crowdfund contributions. We have 2 projects launched, with more to come in Q3 and Q4. And like I just said, project 1 started, is still ongoing. Project 2 is already closed. So we have 2 more projects coming between Q3 and Q4, and you want to be ready for that. Already we have 5, 6, and 7 figure referral income. And I mean, I brought up my personal sponsor here, Mr. Michael Foss, who shared with us in a beautiful masterclass. I mean, very first day, he did over $100,000. We launched in the beta test in January. Even when the doors were open again in March 30th, very first 24 hours again, he did another $100,000. It was more, basically, okay? And he's been earning that. So we have several 5, 6, 7 figure referral income being earned, and yours is already loading if you choose to be a part of this community and to build with us. So imagine yourself having the opportunity to earn equity in real world projects that can become major success stories, because that's what we are creating together. Now, imagine the opportunity for you to earn passive profit rewards, and you have priority access to lucrative opportunities being built. Again, whether you share this with anybody or not, you can earn. And you can also build cash flow. You can build wealth around the community, and also join your fellow venture capitalists to explore the world. That is what this is all about, and that is what we are doing here. Now, before we close this out, because somebody might be asking, so how do I become a part of all these juicy things you are talking about? How can I benefit? Well, maybe I should just, I don't know. I mean, I've showed so many times now. I'll skip that for today because I always like showing. And but today I'll skip that already for everyone. Okay, let me do that. Let me just do that for a minute because let me do this. Okay, just give me a sec. Let me do this. Where is this? Okay, good. I wanted to get in here. So this is an account that I have access to, and I was sharing with us. Can you, if you can see my screen that I've changed to Daisy, please type in a yes. I want that feedback as fast as possible so that we close out. You can see we are just, I mean, I like the timing today. Can I get the feedback? Can everybody see my screen? Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Okay, good. All right, good. So this is our community, the Daisy community. So all you just have to do, you come in and you log into your back office. It gives you the report of what is happening. Now you can see this person here has a contribution of up to tier 3, $700, because well, tier 3, that's $300. No, it's tier 1 is $100, tier 2 is $200, tier 3 is $400. That's a cumulative of $700. But one thing I want to draw your attention here is that this person has not referred anybody, zero referral. But yet this person has earned $630 with zero referral, because there's a way the referral is structured. We run a 3x10 matrix, and spillovers can also happen even though you do not have control of it. The system makes the placement, and this person has 56 people under this account, and this person has earned $630 without referring a soul. Now, this is not the person's trading reward. This is people doing other activities in the community, and this person. And so, if you came with 700 and you already have 630, please be honest. Have you not broken even? You've already broken even basically on this. So this is just when I talked about people who want to be passive. I'm just showing you one of it. Then what I like here is the font. So you see, there are two things. We have, this is the area that it shows if you are building a community, you have the statistics of everything, the earnings and blah, blah, blah under the crowd. But if you come to the fund, remember I said a portion of your money will be put into passive trade with Endotech's current algorithm working on it. So right now, as I speak to you, we're 148,789 in the community. Okay, remember I said 148,000. So the number is building. Now, but what you want to look at this, look, let me come here first and come to trading fund. Take a look at this. Remember I said we started we started pre-launch 4 days beta test. This was January 10th. Okay, you can see it. It was a beta test. Then it stopped. You can look at it, it's flat. Nothing happened because it was locked down. But March 30th, which is what you will see somewhere around here, you see how it moved up, okay? But why it was even here, they were still trading for those of us who had come in sometime in January, just for that 4 days. So whether we brought in anybody or not, everybody that was in the community was making money, everybody. Then this was March. Then you see March 30th, look at how we just boom, because it was now open to the rest of the world. And you can see the volume, trade, the Daisy fund balance and trade, everything because people are making their contribution, their money is going into trade, and you can see it's on the upward move. But the interesting thing here is the Daisy Fund profit. Now, again, like we said, when it went flat and all of that, as if it was in zero, so they had to start working, rejigging the system, moving from 1 smart contract to 11 smart contracts, broken down so that everything can be taken care of independently without stalling the entire system. And you can see again, trade started going up, coming down, because it's all real-time trade. But take a look how it had gone up. Then we already know what happened in May. I mean, Bitcoin, the entire crypto world was collapsing, and we are not trading fiat, we are trading crypto. So as the crypto market is also falling, but you can see here, it didn't drop. I mean, Bitcoin dropped almost 50, 60%, but we didn't have that kind of massive crash here also, because it's a mix of portfolio that they are using crypto to hedge some and all of that. But again, you are beginning to see what has happened, because while it was dipping, the algorithm was buying the dip, which was good for us. Now, for some of us, we knew when Bitcoin came down to 29,000. Question, did you buy? You didn't. The psychology, fear. But the algorithm is not afraid. He knows what it's doing, that even when it was low, it was buying. For those of us who had made the contribution. So as the market begins to trend, you can see, boom, reverse, I mean, different wave 1, wave 2. And this wave basically will continue from between August to November. That's when this wave will be running. But the BTC wave should be slowing down, picking by October. But other altcoin will continue till November. Now, take a look at what has happened in the community. Take a look, and you can see right now 88 point. In fact, as at this evening, it was 89%, okay, almost 90%. And you can see from total contributions, 82 million. But right now it is 122, because we already have profit of $51 million. $51 million. I think as about last week or the upper week, we're still talking about 30-something million. So basically in about a week, this has brought in about $20 million in profit in the last 7 days, about $20 million in profit for the community. Listen, you can trade with your 10,000 and you can take risk and come down and say, I'm making more money. When they give you million, when you have over $100 million in your trading portfolio, you don't take stupid risk. You don't begin to run your mouth because if it goes down, then you will know where you'll be sleeping. If you're in Nigeria, not EFCC. The EFCC should be small, okay? You'll be in an underground bunker. So you have a system that is so structured to bring winning that right now 88% in profit. But this is what is happening around the community. But take out the community, okay? This $51 million that you see right here is now distributed to about 148,000 of us based on our various levels. So you now come to my account and you now see your own personal result. Now, this person that put in $700, remember I said 50% will go into trade. So you see $350 into trade. However, this person has already earned $630. That was not trade. That was just spillovers and activities of the community, and the person is benefiting. But you now come to the passive trade. You see this person already right now has 70% in this trading account as a reward, which is $245. You put $350, already $245. Already this is already because this account has been around from the inception. There's what they call automatic withdrawal of performance fee, okay? And they took performance fee just a few days last week, which is $54. If they had not taken this account would have been doing that 80-something percent. So they took this out, okay? Because if you add this to this, you're looking at $300. So it's much more like I put in $350 and I'm already making $300 passively. And it keeps compounding, it keeps building. Guys, I want you to understand what we have here. It is real, it is legit, it is sustainable, because nothing is fictitious. If it goes up, you see it goes up. If it comes down, you will see it is coming down. It is what the market is reporting. And you have, listen, this reporting, no institution on earth has this reporting. I can say that again. No institution, financial institution on earth has this reporting that we have, where 148,000 people can be seeing what their hedge fund or whatever company is doing, and seeing the company's profit for the entire company, and now seeing your own personalized profit. There is no company on earth that has this. It was a risk, which is why the VCs wanted to buy this out when they started seeing the result, because nobody has done it. Listen, the tech here is high grade. That's why it's got to be AI to make this happen. Because you can't, even if you do bank, you do trading, do you see their profit? No. And you can withdraw just at any time. If not, I mean, this week we had the Binance API that created a few things, and which they are doing. I think by tomorrow the withdrawal should be up, and everybody can, if tomorrow the button comes up, everybody can withdraw. You can withdraw in the morning, another person withdraw in the afternoon, another person withdraw at night. Giving access to that has never been created. So don't compare this to anything. Don't compare this to anything. What you want to compare it, go and check. Are you seeing their total profits? Are you only seeing what they say you make? Here, you can have a glance of it. You are seeing it real time. And they've done different live webinars where they log into the Binance and open it, and they tallied all the number, and we all see everything was correct with what was on our screen and what was in Binance then. Listen, this is as transparent as it gets. And like I said, 70%, not bad. If this was to be a treasury bill, you'll be looking at 6% per annum. And yet, this is already doing 70%. So if this account were to go up to tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, tier 7, obviously, you know what that amount will be looking like. And that is what we are talking about experiencing in our Daisy community. So let's go out and close this and take it to the end. So these things you might imagine, but again, it's real. So the question is, how can I become a part of this community? You can get started today by going back to the person who invited you to take a look at this, and let them get you started. But I'll just give you, let me just give you a head start that to be a part of this, you will need to go and get a TronLink wallet app, TronLink wallet app. So tronlink.org, download your TronLink Pro, or you can use Clever, okay? Depending on the device you are using. So, but you can go use your TronLink Pro. I use TronLink Pro, recommend that. TronLink wallet app. They have the Chrome, they have iOS, they have Android. Download whichever one is compatible with the device that you are using. Prepare 100 USDT minimum. If you want to go tier 1 to 4, tier 1 to 5, tier 1 to 10, go ahead. But for every tier, you will need about 140 TROX Tron for the gas fee. So you also know that. And you get the sign up link from whosoever invited you to get on this call. And you are good to go, and you can sign up for the minimum of tier 1, secure your spot in this first matrix, because remember, quarter 3 and quarter 4 other projects are loaded. And if you are a member of the community, you always get a break, you always get some discount. I mean, some of us who got this token at 10 cents, it was because we were already in the community. They opened it later to others who were not in the community, but I mean, they were buying at a much more higher price. And already starting yesterday, the 4 other listed exchanges, they are selling right now at $5, what some of us got for $10, okay? So that's the benefit you want to secure. You already be earning even before the October projects, November projects will be coming in, and we create wealth together. With that being said, the next move is on you. The capacity to earn is a gift. The ability to earn is a skill. but the willingness to earn is your choice. Make that choice today. In fact, this reminds me of what a great guy that I met a couple of years. I had the opportunity of traveling a few countries with him. His name was Dr. Dove DeRose. He said, the only regret in life, he said, no, the only failure in life is the failure to participate. The only failure in life is the failure to participate. But you see, the choice to participate lies with you, which is why the willingness to earn with us is a choice. I hope you make the right choice to join us and win, and let's create history together. Thank you very much for being a part of this. I truly appreciate you taking your time out to listen to this, or even if you are watching the replay. God bless you, and see you in our community.